Wow. It's very hard to follow up. I'm not a great dancer, and there's no way I can deliver it, but give them an extra hand, the Matata group. They're great, huh? Yeah. So, dear Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be hosting such a distinguished audience here today. I'm happy to welcome CEOs, senior executives, owner representatives, partners of my fellow development finance institutions across Europe, the USA, and Canada, as well as friends and key partners of Norfund. Last year, I opened the Norfund conference by remarking that the world was becoming more volatile following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This year, I echo the sentiment as of last year. We've been living through another challenging year. Three significant concerns stand out for me. Firstly, wars and conflict. Beyond the continued war in Ukraine, since Hamas' terror attack on Israel on October 7 and the subsequent atrocities in Gaza, a major humanitarian crisis has emerged in the Middle East. And furthermore, in Africa, the almost forgotten civil wars in Sudan and DRC have displaced some 15 million people, just to mention a few of the wars and conflicts that we're seeing these days. Secondly, climate change. 2023 was the warmest year ever, and ocean temperatures broke new records. We're heading for at least a 2.5 degree rise in global temperatures. Lastly, the debt crisis. Due to higher interest rates and the appreciation of the US dollar, those with weaker credit ratings are trapped in a debt crisis. The borrowing costs are surging, and many of the countries where we are active are unfortunately still poorer than pre-COVID. Despite these challenges, though, there are reasons for optimism, and we've got no choice but to do our best. Firstly, technology. Digital technologies and AI tools, though needing regulation, offer tremendous opportunities. Norfund has seen companies leveraging technology across all our sectors. And later today, you'll hear from one of our investees, the fintech company Avantunai, which uses machine learning to extend loans to SMEs in Indonesia. Secondly, renewable energy. The IEA reports that for every $1 now being invested in fossil fuels, $1.7 are now being invested in renewables. That's up from a 1-to-1 ratio just 5 years ago. Solar PV leads this shift, with module spot prices dropping almost 50% during the last 12 months alone. Lastly, we shouldn't forget economic growth. Economic growth is keeping up. Despite all the warnings we're receiving, the growth is relatively strong, and growth rates are a lot higher in the global south than in our part of the world. The Economist Intelligence Unit forecasts that this year, 12 out of the world's 20 fastest growing economies will be in Africa. 2023 was also a year of many firsts for Norfund. We made our first investment in plastic recycling through recyclers in Nigeria and Miniplast in Ghana. We also made our first investments in large-scale textile production. Kenya's Balaji Group and Hela Clothing are creating thousands of decent jobs, and as such doing value creation. Finally, made our first really large-scale investment in a solar installation in South Africa, which includes battery. They're thereby able to deliver energy from very early in the morning until late at night, and it's all renewable. Even more important than these new investments we made is the impact that the investees have on the societies in which they operate. We've prepared a short video to show some of the effects.